And everybody's dreaming to get a guy like this on the staff where he throws upwards of 90s and then he has the breaking ball that sweeps all the way across the plate. But I think he's only going to get better because his changeup's going to get better. He's maturing in the league, but his mindset, I'm telling you, you're going to hear that a lot. Got to have the right mind.
Brazil yesterday, 16-0 in 6 innings. Jarren Duran had a home run in that game. Randy Arozarena always seems to rise to the occasion in the big games with Jonathan Aranda, Alejandro Kirk, both all-stars last year for the American League. Rowdy Tellez has a 32 home run season in his career. And ball one on Duran. Duran homered and doubled yesterday, knocked in 3.
So the thing
that close to going to the championship, but Arozarena hit .450 in that tournament. 7 extra base hits. Big rip again. It's 0-2. You're going to hear any top 3. Both said move kind of fast at times. But would enjoy it a little bit more this turn. On the 7th pitch of the at-bat, a pop-up down the left field line. Bregman is over. Anthony's in, and Roman Anthony's got it to end the first inning. For Team USA, it's the same group that they had in the first game of the WBC on Friday. Bobby Witt's back in there leading off, and then it's Harper and Judge with Kyle Schwarber from leadoff to clean up. Alex,
he's going to try to change speeds.
Witt bounces the ball to third for Nacho Alvarez. Nacho's throw is in time to get Witt. One gone in this first inning.
Bryce Harper's not too far behind there.
Down a 1-2 from Beretta. Harper pulls it down the line. Took a funny hop, but a good adjustment by Jonathan Aranda for out number 2. Innings. Schwarber's got a walk right here, and the U.S. with something brewing here with 2 out.
That one wasn't close enough.
3-1 pitch. Bregman takes. And it just misses for ball 4 to load the bases up. So Beretta retires the academy. You're standing there with your right hand raised doing the oath of enlistment. He gets Kirk to open off his second inning. He said basically that's after hours on campus, you're pledging to give your life for your country. And heavy stuff, of course. But he said for him, it was one of the highlights of his life. To love something as much as he loves his country, to be able to put his hand up and say that. And he said his backside, he works real hard to stay strong over the rubber. And that lower 3/4 angle is awfully difficult on hitters. Back-to-back Ks to open the second.
And what I mean about getting underneath it, that's the only thing that allows it. What he's give the Boston Red Sox.
He's just 21 years old, came up last year, hit .290, signed an 8-year extension. Making sure that they're taking him under their wing. Aaron Judge in particular. We actually saw them today. It was like a cartoon running through the dugout. Judge was first. Anthony was right behind him. Literally and figuratively, he's been right in his hip pocket as this WBC has gone on. He's got a walk to lead off this second. Big, strong hits for high average, but that on leagues it goes Judge, Ohtani, Yordan Alvarez, and then Byron Buxton. There's 1-1 from Beretta. Buxton swats a line drive to center field. Thomas on the run. He'll get there. Back to first goes Anthony. 1 gone.
Thomas so good in center field. Arizona covers a lot of ground. That's the one big part of this ballpark. Down the lines is short.
Anthony goes again to ring. Pass first and down the line. Keeps this one fair towards the corner. Duran over to cut it off. Anthony's headed home. Relay to the plate is in time. Tag from Kirk. They got him.
Get him out. That's how you acquire all the information from a pitcher to hitter and the scouting report.
There goes Anthony again. Another payoff. Hook down the line towards the corner and foul.
And then people will say, well, if you know that so much and it's so readily available, why don't you just go there all the time? The opposite's not true all the time. Every pitcher can't throw it in the area that's desired all the time. And
the runners in scoring position in 23. Witt hits a fly ball to left center field. Thomas is going back on it at the track. Back against the wall. He's got it. Speaking of back against the wall, that's what it's felt like for Mexico these first 2 innings, but they keep on punching back. No score after 2. The big 3 in this Pool B. Have a round robin these next few days. 8th pitch to Gonzalez, and he finishes him off with that power sinker, 98 for his 4th K.
Well, that's how he's getting most of the
2023. Had 4 home runs, some big ones for Arizona.
Yeah. Won in game 4. Tied it up.
Skeens with another K right there. Back-to-back to open. Grant, who struck out to open the game, waits on a 1-0 from Skeens. Line drive, base hit right field. And so after their first base runner, they get their first hit. Judge's throw to third. Gets him and ends the inning. Aaron Judge, touchdown Ortiz. Lefty-righty be really hard to match up with and just have the games be too long. Harper strokes it up the middle, off Cruz, and it'll die left side for a leadoff hit.
He got absolutely smoked.
First time Judge has worn USA at any level. Strokes one the other way. Back towards the wall. There it goes. Aaron Judge strikes first for Team USA. Opposite field power, his second home run of this World Baseball Classic in 3 games. 2-0, USA.
Elite level that he's at. He would swing and pull off this ball and try to pull every one of them early on, and now he goes to all parts of the field, stays off the slider down and away.
Schwarber cracks it on the ground and through. 3 straight hits for the Americans to start the 3rd. Because the power is so eye-popping, it tends to overshadow what a well-rounded hitter he is. This guy
only got 1. It's time to get 2. Time to show everybody we're pretty good as well.
3-2 to Bregman. He got him swinging for the first out. They've only got 1, and it's been a while. Took the game in. Sends this ball a mile. How far will it fly for Roman Anthony? Off the facing of the second deck. 5-0 U.S.
He's got stupid power.
Well, he's put his full game on display in 2 trips up there, hadn't he? He was down 0-2 and drew a walk, and now he shows that stupid power.
Yeah.
And that is going to do it for Cruz. The ready? 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gonzalez. Got the start on Saturday. Skeens contributed. 3 Ks so far. Let's go. The chase. And strike 3. 2 out.
There's that breaking ball. Pretty good pitch in a game like this, and he's really shown me a lot of maturity and staying within himself.
Here comes the 3-2 Rosarena, and he strikes him out on the outside corner. Strikeout number 6 for Paul Skeens in his WBC debut.
I know I've told you this before, but when we've had scenarios like this where we get a chance to see a great pitch on a 3-2, is I used to struggle with spring training in this.
Mexico trying to chip away with Kirk at the plate. Then he cracks one. Diving stop it short by Witt across the diamond. Wow. That was impossible. Bobby Witt made it happen.
Can I tell you about this man's IQ? He knew who was at the plate. He makes this play full well knowing he's got time to throw out. Not the most speedy runner, but this is an unbelievable play. I mean, it's just an arm, a one hop, and plenty of time. Wow.
Mark DeRosa told us
Find a way to win with him soon, because you can't get much better than that. And he's going to pitch more innings. He didn't pitch as many innings. Being careful and the team not going anywhere. But I say it every year, Pittsburgh should be much more competitive to be relevant again.
Bobby Witt Jr. leads off this inning, strokes a ball to the gap in left center field, and it's up against the wall. Witt, after the tremendous defensive play in the top of the fourth, starts the bottom half with a double. And his parents in attendance.
Yeah, a couple years after that, a 7th pick of the draft.
Another diving stop by Bobby Witt. Has he done it again? You bet he has. Bobby Witt, dazzling for USA.
Oh, my.
Unreal.
I think they're going to challenge this one, thinking that Harper might have come off the bag, but oh, my goodness. Maybe they're not. Wow. That's 2 plays that you might see in a year. We got to see him in this game.
Oh, 2 to Thomas. Got him swinging, and Clevenger with an 8-pitch inning. Bobby Witt putting on a show tonight. Halfway home in Houston, as you would hope, in his WBC debut. 7 strikeouts over his 4 scoreless innings. And set to pitch the semifinal should the U.S. get there. The Skeens said that, the same way that he put the expectations. Rowley on 1-2 takes strike 3 from Sammy Matera. Of course, the expectations, they get through this group, and then you get into the knockout stage over the weekend, and man, oh man, are there some potential gauntlets to go through when they get to Miami. Didn't even begin pitching until he was 17. He was more of a basketball player than he was a baseball player, and in baseball he was a first baseman. The pitching is carried into the upper rungs of the Angels system. Lefty, Matera throws, and Anthony sends a fly ball to left center field. Routine for Rosarena, and 2 gone in the 5th.
From run prevention, just what we talked about. So many variables that come in if there's 3-way tie, 2-way tie. 3-way tie is where it's going to matter.
Buxton takes the walk here, and the inning stays alive for Terrain. Yeah, he's good. Terrain hooks it on the ground to second. Nick Gonzalez is there, and that'll do it for the U.S. in the 5th. It was funny talking to Mark DeRosa today about the celebrations around the game, and he said, I feel like there's this false narrative that we're not having. Brings the 1-2 to Joey Ortiz, and strikes him out with the changeup. So for more on the celebrations and the joy around, Duran, the All-Star Game MVP 2 years ago in Texas. On a 2-2 from Boyd, sends a fly ball to left center field, and will fly out of here. Kept on going to the Crawford boxes as he takes advantage of the green monster at Fenway Park. Does the same here with the short porch in Houston, and Mexico's on the board.
One of the faster home run trots you'll ever see in the big leagues. Guy can fly. He's got power.
One of the things that has made him really playing for his adopted home country of Mexico. Now a Mexican citizen. Another 2-2. And a ground ball to second. Easy one for Terrain. Now number 2 of the 6th.
Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to... Boyd to Kirk. Upstairs. Boyd's 1-1. Meneses hits a chopper up the middle. Turang had it skip by him into center field to make it 5-2. Like some indecision from Turang there on how he wanted to approach that ball, and then it may have taken an odd hop as well. It scoots through. The inning continues, and the tying run comes up.
Yeah, it took a bad hop, I think, off the corner of the grass. It had such top spin and then made a turn away from him. Watch where he goes. He knows he's got it right here. He's got it right here. Everything's fine. And then see how the direction changes. And then he has to make...
The 1-2. Up the middle. Turang gets to this one. Catches it on the fly and ends the inning. But Mexico breathing.